Many people say that you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't think that's true. If you are an excellent spirit, I always tell people that excellence is a prevailing attitude. You know, if you're excellent at home, if you're excellent in your workspace, you can be excellent in your business. What makes you feel like,
if you strive for excellence.
Yeah, if you strive for excellence. So I don't believe that you can, if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. No, no, no. Your work is your signature. You do not know in which boardroom which people are going to speak for you when you're voiceless.
Actually, I think we're talking about that more and more now. And I think it is a guiding principle.
Oh, yes.
When you are not there, what will other people say about you?
Yeah. And I've got very many opportunities because of that. So we need to be very, very
and not because you smile and you're nice, but based on your work and what your value is.
Yeah. If you've done great things, Crystal, there's no reason why you should hide your success under the bed. Let the world know. Why? Why do we do that? And why are we very, very emphatic on that?
Yeah.
The people who are in these spaces may not be as good, but because they're very good at making noise. Because for us, we think, oh my God, I don't want people to know as long as I'm good at what I do. No, the world should know. I've had an opportunity to visit the NASA Space Center in Houston, Texas. And while during that visit, you know, we were told what happens when a rocket is taking off. Now, at a certain altitude, after this rocket has taken off, it has to drop off the weight.
Yes.
If it's going to propel further.
Yes, yes.
So I have made a decision that for me to move to my next level, I have to drop the weight.
You have to let some things go.
Let some things go.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us for these conversations on Crystal One-on-One at our beautiful home, Opain, which is located at the Chin Center on Ginger Road. I tell you what, this is one of those spaces where everywhere your eye rests is just gorgeous. Come by because it is the home of luxury furniture as well as cabinetry for every space that you might have. Your kitchens, your bathrooms, your living rooms, your offices. There is so much. And the fact that it is partnering with Chint, all the lighting and electrical solutions are right here. Smart and modern. Now today, my guest wears so many hats, but one thing that is very clear is she's very, very passionate about mentorship and empowerment. Now, I think maybe I started to pay attention 8 years ago when she started the mentorship class. More recently, she founded the Journey to the Boardroom, and just I think last month, Journey to the C-Suite. I have Janet Navuga Bugembe joining me today on Crystal One-on-One.
Wow, thank you very much for hosting me, Crystal, and I'm very excited.
Thank you for joining me.
Fantastic.
I feel like you've been working, but interestingly, you said a lot of the things that you do, people don't actually know that you are the person behind it.
Yeah.
When it comes to Journey to the Boardroom, for example. How have you pulled that off?
I love empowerment. So I'm always in spaces where I have to put everybody ahead of me. So I am happy to see everybody shine.
Okay.
And maybe that forms the foundation.
So you try to make sure it's a platform that uplifts everybody that you work with and all the lives that you touch.
Oh, yes.
So one of the things you said earlier when we were chatting was you are very happy that you discovered your purpose early.
Yeah.
And most people, it takes a while. It takes years. When would you say you started to realize that that was your calling?
So a very interesting story. I started my business career at the age of 19. I was in my Form 6 vacation. I got opportunities in sales and marketing. And later on, I went into distribution. I started selling very high quality cleaning products. And when I look at spaces like this that are beautiful, I get very excited. So I also started distributing a farmer's product that helps to retain water in the soil and makes water available to the plants when they need it.
This was your Essex vacation.
Yes.
Okay.
So I met
How did you
some.
get on that path? Parents?
So,
Family?
no, I got an opportunity. There are
Okay.
opportunities that are always, lying around, and it's up to you to grab them. So after having built a very successful business career, I walked through my campus time. I was at the university, very busy with my academics and working at the same time. So I traveled to different parts of Uganda. I even managed to expand, going to Sudan, to Rwanda, to Burundi, Kenya, Tanzania, while I was studying at the university. But through that, I met a lot of people who mentored me, people who supported me, and I felt that I needed to empower other people. That is the greatest gift that you can give them. So because of that experience, I decided to start a mentorship program. But interestingly, it started at my former school. I was invited one Saturday morning to talk to the students at the time. It was Careers Day at Gayaza High School.
Okay.
And I was invited alongside Professor Maggie Chigozi, and we were supposed to talk to the young people about entrepreneurship, building business as a career.
Okay.
So this happens every year, and they invite old girls from different fields to talk about what they are doing. So
that means you're a Gaya's old girl.
Oh, yes, I am. A proud one.
Okay.
Yes. So what happened that day, I did not know that it was the beginning of a great thing. So I had these young ladies. Many of them approached me and they asked how they can be mentored to become confident, to start up businesses, to network with people who are in life where they want to be. Now, that came as a result of sharing my story with them. And it was very relatable because I started when I was just like them.
Yes, you were just out of high school.
Yes. So what happened was I gave them a date in December because many of them were in Form 6 vacation. And I told them to find me at a certain place in town. I gave them the time.
And this was on the spot. You just
On
decided
the spot.
that
They
day.
did not have phones. So I told them.
Yes.
I told them that if you want to meet me, let's meet on this day, this time, this place. 15th December 2016, I had 45 girls.
Who showed up?
45 girls showed up ready to learn. I'm not even sure what they wanted to learn. So I sat with them. I had a training center, luckily. So I sat with them and I started, I wanted to find out what is it that they wanted to learn. And that is how we came up with the curriculum of the mentorship class. So many of them talked about self-awareness. And when you look at our first month at the mentorship class, we handle self-awareness. Everything that
Why is
has
that so
to do.
important?
Okay, so self-awareness is very important because you cannot work with others unless you know who you are.
So you understand your strengths and your weaknesses?
Yes. So during the self-awareness month, we take them through their temperaments, their conflict resolution styles. What are their dreams? What are their goals? What is their purpose? Purpose is an intersection of your passion, your skill set, and what drives your economic engine. Many people do not know why they exist. That's why they say that many people leave, and die at 30 and wait to be buried at 70 because they are not living purposeful lives. So at that age, it's very, very crucial that these young people learn how to live purpose-driven lives. So they talked about self-awareness. They talked about starting up businesses. They talked about life skills, relating with others, networking. They talked about leadership. They wanted to grow in the leadership spaces. So that is how we came up with a 6-month program. But at that time, that had not really crossed my mind.
So did you think at that point you were just doing that one-off, like in a way? Because it seems
Yes.
like they kind of guided you that we need this, we need this, we need that, and then
Yes.
you came up with the curriculum.
Yes. But at that point, I didn't even think that I was coming up with a curriculum. I just took note. And guess what? I told them that on Mondays I'm free because I have very busy weeks, but I'm available between 9 a.m. and 2. So
Okay.
previously I start working at 2 p.m. on Monday. So
The morning you give to yourself.
I would give to myself, stay at home, organize my house and everything about me. Then I drive into town and start my week. So I decided to convert that time to empower these young ladies. Now, I don't know whether I'll call it rumors, went around town. There's a certain lady, and that's how some of these young people started coming in. We had a few boys. So when we were starting the class majorly, it was the young ladies. So everybody thought it was a ladies thing, but no, it's just how the class started. So we went on for the first month. I used to meet them every Monday, and I would get one of the topics, and then we try to discuss, try to look for people who are in life where they want to be, and try to connect them. But then I got a bit exhausted. I thought to myself, there are so many people who can do this. I have so many contacts. I have friends. I can invite them to come and share, their experience, their stories. So that's when the guest speaker sessions come. So I had guest speakers every session. Guess what? We went on for 6 months. 6 months. And when we felt that we had exhausted everything, we decided maybe we have a dinner.
Okay.
We dress up nicely.
And to celebrate?
And to celebrate, I had never met the parents, I didn't know who they were. So I asked them to invite their parents. And maybe it was a good idea to invite Professor Maggie, And at that time, she had a friend who was the UNDP country representative. So that is when our grand finale was born.
Oh, wow.
So we had a big celebration, and one of the young ladies in the class had her mom working at New Vision. So we had New Vision and was it UBC at the time?
So you even had coverage that wasn't exactly planned for.
Yes, it wasn't planned for, but she called them to come. Guess what? After 3 days, we were all over newspapers. They had given us a name, the mentorship class. Yes, so that is how it was born.
So you hadn't even come up with
No,
the
we
class
didn't
at
have
that
a
point,
name.
the name.
We didn't have a name. We were just meeting. And then there was so many requests from so many parents to have another cohort. I had not planned for a second cohort. They threw me in the deep end, and I'm like, okay, Janet, you need to be ready to continue with this. As I speak right now, we have just completed our 8th cohort. We have over 480 alumni.
Oh, wow.
We've opened up 10 TNC chapters around the world. And because of the mentorship class, I have won so many accolades, and one being the most recent Chevening scholarship. I was selected among 66,000 applicants around the world in 2021 to go and pursue a master's in corporate governance in the United Kingdom.
I saw that.
Yes.
And that was, you said you only found out about it because someone mentioned it to you.
Yes.
And then you applied.
Yes.
Okay.
At that time, still in the Gayaza circles, I had an opportunity to serve on the Old Girls Association. I was in charge of publicity together with Dr. Charlotte Ntulume.
Okay.
So it was a planning meeting. We were planning for our publicity docket. So I mentioned to her that I've been working for a while. I wanted to take a break and go for further studies. So she asked me, have you heard about Chevening? I had never heard about Chevening. I asked her, what does it take? And she told me, you are everything Chevening is looking for.
Oh, okay.
In terms of leadership, networking, impact, to society. I'm sure you will have a very good career plan when you come back.
Can I ask,
apply for Chevening.
did you feel that way? When she said that to you, did you feel that you were all those
Well,
things?
I was excited that somebody believed in me because I believe in people and I'm about empowerment and mentorship. So when she said that, I was excited. I'm like, wow, really? This is what she said. Continuing the conversation, she said, if Chevening doesn't take you, it's their loss, not yours. Oh my goodness. I just looked for the link. I applied for the scholarship, got in, went for the interview, aced the interview.
And you said out of 66,000?
66,000 applicants around the world. So it was such an honor. It was such a privilege. But through that, journey to the boardroom was born.
My goodness.
Yeah.
The reason why I was asking you if you felt that you were those things she was saying is I don't know about men, I'm not a man, but I know that as women, many times the self-doubt is what holds us back. We struggle with confidence, we struggle with belief, even though we've done so much.
So much.
Someone else tells you what you've done and you're like, oh yeah, actually that's me. And it's something that as women we are constantly working on. So in terms of building confidence as well, I'm sure that's a very big part of what you're doing.
Yes.
So your time with Chevening and doing that master's in corporate governance, you said that's what led to a journey to the boardroom?
The boardroom.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So when I got an opportunity to pursue a master's, of course you choose a course, you choose a university. And it was overwhelming that I had this chance. And I'm very, very passionate about corporate governance because at the age of 28, I was thrown in the deep end.
Okay.
Again, somebody believed in me and they appointed me to serve on a board. I knew nothing.
This was at 28.
At 28. I knew nothing about boardrooms. The closest I got to the boardroom was these experienced men who have been CEOs, who have been, heading these organizations, wearing double breast jackets, with gray hair. They're entering these board meetings and they're making all these decisions. So I never saw myself in the boardroom. But one of the things that I commend that gentleman for was the fact that they were looking at succession planning for their company. So they needed to bring on board young, competent people who had done a good job, who had demonstrated that they could run a business, they could add value. So that is how I got into the boardroom. Now, again, fear of embarrassment. I had to look for ways of getting up to speed, So I started looking around for mentors. So for me, mentorship has been part of my journey. That's why I believe in it. So I sat at the feet of different individuals who are very good at finance, at risk, strategy, formulating policies. So they would support me, they would take me through, and I committed, I would put in close to maybe 2 to 3 hours every week just to try and get myself up to speed. I didn't want to be embarrassed. So
you're like, oh, this opportunity is here, but I need to be ready for it.
I need to be ready. A few years later, I came across a lady called Mrs. Rosemary Senabulia. At that time, she was the executive director of the Federation of Ugandan Employers. So they run a program called the Female Future Program.
Okay.
And this program gets women ready for the boardrooms. So I signed up. It was $3,000. I did not look at the $3,000. I looked at the knowledge. I looked at the experience. I looked at all the facilitators. And it was an opportunity for me to network. It was an opportunity for me to tap, from those fountains of experience.
So it was an investment.
It was such a great investment. I know many people out there look at the money first and then they run away, yet they're running away from an opportunity that could probably change their life. And I think that's one of the greatest investments that I've made. Many times we make a lot of investments. We spend money. We go for bridal
all
showers,
the time,
but baby showers. We donate to different people, and we are unapologetic. But when it gets to investing in ourselves,
in yourself,
people find it very difficult. People drive very good cars, They take their children to the best schools. But you see, you need to fill your cup and give the overflow. Yeah, so it's very important to invest in yourself. So I attended those classes and they were a game changer. And
In what way?
I met people. I think for me, it is the networks.
You keep mentioning networking.
The networks, yes. Yes, because I believe that you are an average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So the networks that I built and the ladies that I met, because it was for only ladies. So what happened was I graduated and yes, I got board appointment after board appointment. All of a sudden, people thought that I was a very smart girl. But we always say, stand on the shoulder of giants. That's exactly what I did. And I've mastered that. So I managed to, get board appointment after board appointment. And during COVID, that was a defining moment.
COVID?
Yes, COVID was a defining moment. Why? So we have all these WhatsApp groups. We are having all these conversations. People were bored. We were at home, total lockdown. And some of my friends started sharing recipes. Mandazi, juice,
Boy, did we cook in COVID.
everything.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm thinking, really? We do not know how long we are going to be stuck at home. For every lady at home, when it gets to coming out of this COVID period, will you say that you got the best recipes, you tried out this and that? Maybe I can add value to these ladies. So I called maybe about 100 ladies. I put them together on one platform. That was a WhatsApp group. And I told them that I would love to teach them about corporate governance.
Okay.
So I got my notes for my board competence program notes, put them together. Now, for some of the boards where I was serving, we had an opportunity to train. So I had all that material.
Okay.
So I committed to sharing information on that WhatsApp group every morning, from the basics of the definition of corporate governance.
Okay.
And these ladies were following. And at the end of the week, I invite a guest speaker. Now we started zooming, virtual presentations.
Oh my God, Zoom calls.
So one of the things that I'll share is the quality of speakers. Remember, I've been talking about networking. And many people are asking me, Janet, where are you meeting these people? So I brought them to share their experience, on Zoom. And people started following. And that is how the name Journey to the Boardroom was born. So we were targeting people who wanted to start their journey, people who are on the journey, maybe those who are in there and want to polish up, they want to become good at what they're doing. you know, because learning never stops. Like we always say, when you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot.
Yes,
So I
yes.
always encourage people to stay green. Even when you're serving, there's a lot that is changing. Right now in the boardrooms, they're talking about cybersecurity. They're talking about AI. So you need to be,
And you keep learning.
you have to keep learning. You have to keep learning. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. So
And
that is how,
that's why we saw so many people fall off
yeah,
when, you know, things, especially COVID was a defining
yeah,
moment. Like you said,
yeah,
a lot of people realize that how they do business, how they show up in
yeah,
spaces, how they communicate,
yeah,
was just changing across the board. And if you
yeah,
don't change,
yeah,
well, you
yeah.
get left behind.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So very interestingly, we ran this for 9 months. Yes, we
Really?
did.
Okay.
Yes, we did. We ran this for 9 months. People were following. People were excited to learn something new because the category of people that I was targeting were not even close to the boardroom. They didn't think that that was their space. So them learning that, oh my God, it's possible, because this also came out of my own personal story. I was
Yeah.
thrown in the deep end. I thought I had 30 years to join the board, but here I was at the age of 28 getting there. So people started relating with the story. So it was during that time when I applied for the Chevening scholarship. So when they asked me for a course, I said, why not? Maybe I need to master in corporate governance and
Yeah.
international business ethics so that I could have a global perspective and then come home and try to, you know, be the change that we want to see in our institutions, in our country, you know, in leadership generally. So in September 2021, I traveled to the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And I believe that that has been one of the best times in my life. It was a break from everything: motherhood, being a wife, business. I went to a foreign country, everything fully sponsored by the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office in the United Kingdom, meeting new people, getting into these different communities. And what was exciting about it was I was studying in a university called the Babbe College, University of London.
Okay.
So I was in London.
Okay.
So you can imagine there was so much to do, so much fun. But above all, I used to study 3 times a week, and I would start at 6 and end at 7:30. The
6
three
p.m.?
times, 6 p.m.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So corporate governance is not like the law. So they don't date back to the 1500s. It's a new concept. So it's just kind of like being crafted. And for the people who have had opportunities to study about corporate governance, it's a recent development. Started after corporate failings, and that's how it graduated into them coming up with a corporate governance code in 1992. Which is called the Cadbury Code, and it has evolved. So there's not so much to study. And interestingly, we had an opportunity to study, but practically. So we had case studies of companies. You know, my particular group handled the VW emission scandal. You know, right from the way the company was being run, the structure, the models that they were using. You know, they had expanded in different countries. What were the corporate cultures in those countries? So it was a very interesting way of learning. It was experiential. And while I was in the UK, I started calling some of my friends who I was with in the FFP class, like Agi Isharaza. She's currently the company secretary of NSSF. I started talking to different people and telling them that when I come back, I'm going to start journey to the boardroom. I'm going to bring on board the global perspectives, but I would love you to support me, you know, because you're experienced, you've had an opportunity to serve on boards in Uganda, you know, and everybody was telling me, you know what, Janet, I'm in. I'm in.
So
I'm
while you
in.
were there, because you said you got a chance to take a
Yeah.
break from a lot
Yeah.
of what was happening,
Yes.
clearly you
It
were
wasn't a
already
break.
planning for the next chapter.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I was so excited at the way the professors were delivering the program. And I told myself,
And you're like, I have to take
I
this
have
back.
to take this back. But also, it's a promise that I made at the interview panel. They asked me, Janet, if we give you an opportunity to go and pursue a master's in corporate governance, what are you going to do when you come back? What are you going to do to impact community? So I told them that I had a lot of experience running a mentorship program. So I wanted to use the approach of mentorship to nurture and groom the next generation of corporate leaders and board members.
Okay.
So if you give me this opportunity, be sure that I'll do that.
I feel like I'm in that room right now.
Yes.
But okay.
Yes. And I'm not sure whether they got it, but I think they just gave me a chance because I had done it
You
before.
had demonstrated.
Yes, I had demonstrated and I gave them the magazines right there. So when I traveled to the UK, I loved the mode of delivery. I loved the fact that we even kept group diaries. We were divided into small groups. And for me, it was like a board. We were responsible. We needed to do this together because everything is collective responsibility as a board. So
And
basically,
accountability.
and accountability. So for me, the program was just perfect. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I've never enjoyed studying in my life like I did when I was in the United Kingdom pursuing my master's.
Okay.
So I told myself, this is what I want to do when I come back to Uganda.
Just last month, you
Yeah.
launched Journey to the C-Suite.
To the C-suite, yes.
Okay, and some people would say, isn't this pretty recent from...
Yeah.
Okay, for people who may not understand, C-suite, what exactly does that mean? What does it entail?
Interestingly, Journey to the C-suite was born out of Journey to the boardroom.
Okay.
So Journey to the boardroom was launched in January 2024. I graduated in May 2023.
Okay.
So started January
Timelines.
2024. So after our second cohort of Journey to the boardroom, we sent out a link for people to apply for the next cohort, which is next year. We got over 150 applicants, and yet we needed to take on 36 people.
Okay.
Now, many of the young people who really wanted to be a part of this program, I felt that they needed support, laying a good foundation because many of them were in middle management. Maybe they needed to get to the C-suite first, serve on different committees, board committees, and then maybe join the boardroom.
Yes.
So an idea
So you felt like there was a gap there as well.
Yes, there was a gap. So this idea first came up after one of the JTB classes. I was with Mr. Hassan Saleh. This is the managing director of MultiChoice. So he said, Janet, why don't you start Journey to the C-suite? It was, he had the name instantly because of the, we suspected that we would have overwhelming applications. And that is what it is. So in June, people applied, and then we recommended that at your level right now, maybe Journey to the C-suite is what you need. And that is how we launched the program in July this year. So right now, as we speak, we have a cohort that is running. But coming back to your question, what is the C-suite? So this is, for many organizations, they call it the corner office.
Okay.
Yeah, the chiefs. Yeah, the CEO, the CMO, the CTO,
The CFO.
the CFO. Yeah. So for different organizations, they could name it differently. For some organizations, you won't have the chief executive. You will have the executive director.
Yes.
For some organizations, you find that they have the chief financial officer, or other organizations, you'll find director of finance, head of departments. So whatever
On that level, on
on
that
that
scale.
level. Yes. So this is the top executive leadership in every organization. So we aspire to get there, and many young people aspire to get there.
Exactly.
So we felt that maybe we needed to support them, to walk that journey with them, to join the C-suite, and then eventually they can join the boardroom.
I find that the world is changing so fast, and right now, like clearly, you've demonstrated that it is so important to invest in yourself, to upskill in every possible way. Because if we look maybe 40, 50 years ago, sometimes getting to certain positions was a matter of time. It was a matter of how much time you put into the organization. Maybe it was in some cases how your age, you have to reach a certain age before you're allowed into certain spaces. And we're seeing that changing. And you're an example of that. Like you said, your own story is like, wait, what? This is happening. But it can change for so many people. So I imagine in this time, because even with the mentorship class, you worked with much younger people. But it is almost like letting people know what the possibilities are, what they're capable of, and the heights that they can go to. In terms of people who sometimes fall short, what would you say maybe are some of the reasons for that?
So
Is it a lack of just knowledge, a lack of belief in self? Is it lack of opportunities, lack of mentorship?
So whatever you've mentioned is 100%
It's all
correct.
that.
And I would like to start off by just sharing what they call the 3-step success formula. It's out of a book by Robin Sharma. And it says, better awareness leads to better choices, leading to better results.
Better awareness leads to better
choices, better results. Why am I talking about the 3-step success formula? Number 1, people need to understand that there are different levels of awareness. And one of the levels, it is unconscious ignorance. People don't know that they don't know. They don't even want to know. But they think they know.
They think they know.
And I've met people who tell me, Janet, what is that program about? I've been in the boardroom for so many years. What new thing are you going to teach me?
I know it all.
Yeah. So that's the level that they call unconscious ignorance. Now, many Ugandans, I'm sorry to say Ugandans, but many Ugandans, if not the majority, we fall in that gap.
In there.
So you need to be aware that you do not know.
Make that your starting point.
Yes.
Yes.
You do not know it all. And come from a point of humility. Humility. Because, Crystal, I can learn something from you today. Yeah? I can learn something from you. You can learn something from me. We can learn from people who are
right here,
much
right now.
younger than us. So the first thing that we need to do is check your levels of awareness.
Yes.
Number 2, look for people who can help, who can support, who can mentor you. People who have gone on that journey before.
Who've walked it before you.
Let them hold your hand, you know, because you will avoid making certain mistakes. Well, I am told that in life you can learn in 2 ways. 1, from your own experience or other people's experience. But when you choose to learn,
when it comes to the mistakes,
when you choose to learn from your own experience, the fees are high. The fees are high.
Yes.
So if you have an opportunity to learn from other people, why not? Why not? So that's why I believe so much in mentorship.
Yes, that makes sense.
Then the other thing is, like I've mentioned, when you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot. Try to make an effort to educate yourself. Read good books, you know? Read good books. One thing that I always tell people is And we've had it before. If you want to hide money from an African, just put it in a book, because we are just not good at reading. Actually, you can try it out. Just put dollars, stack them up in the book. You come and clean the book with so much dust, the money will be there. We do not read.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
we do
read
not
enough.
read. So one of the things that we teach is get a self-help book every single month and have that reading culture. Now you are going to become a fountain of knowledge, it's called personal development. And when we talk about personal development, there are basically two things. Number one, the books that you read. Number two, the people that you associate with. And that's why I said earlier that we are an average of the 5 people we spend our time with. So I'm very, very conscious when it gets to those two things,
Yes.
when in terms of personal development. And try to feed your mind with positivity. There's so much bad things going around in this country.
How do you protect yourself
How
in
do
that
I protect
way?
myself?
Yeah,
I think
because
it's-
like you said, I mean, there's negativity everywhere you look, and sometimes it's even what is happening in your life around you. There can be turmoil around you, and it's not that you're consciously looking for the negativity, but you must guard yourself. It's like armor in a way.
Yeah.
How do you go about that?
Number one, you need to make a choice.
Okay.
Life is about choices. Yeah. You can choose to look at a glass as half full. You can choose to look at it as half empty. You can look at a donut. Yeah, you know those donuts that have a hole?
Yeah.
So you can focus on the missing part, and you can also focus on the other part. So it is how you look at life. Yeah?
Yes.
So for me, I have chosen. I have chosen. I have chosen. And I'll say it again, I've chosen.
You have decided.
I have decided, chosen, name it, that one, I will have self-talk every morning. Start off your day well. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Everything that I do turns into gold. And I'll tell you, things have turned into gold. Yeah? Because it is something that I confess. It is my way of life. I believe that excellence is a prevailing attitude. Even when things go wrong, I try to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, always trying to look for that silver lining in the dark cloud. So I think you have to wake up one morning and make a decision. But you know what? There's so many things that are going on in my life, so many things. And I love the example of the rocket. I've had an opportunity to visit the NASA Space Center in Houston, Texas. And while during that visit, we were told what happens when a rocket is taking off. Now, at a certain altitude, after this rocket has taken off, it has to drop off the weight.
Yes.
If it's going to propel further.
Yes, yes.
So I have made a decision that for me to move to my next level, I have to drop the weight.
You have to let some things go.
Let some things go. Let some things go. That's why it's called life. It's never been easy, but it is how you're going to look at it. So very importantly, we need to make a decision to be positive, to look at the positive about life. Let's look for people who are going to empower us other than, pulling us down. So you will find me in spaces where people are very positive, people are very loving, people are supportive. Okay, I'm about mentorship and empowering. So I attract people like that.
True.
So I found it a very interesting space to be in, and it has propelled my life and got me to another level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, last week, my guest is very passionate about customer service, customer experiences. And in our conversations, we're talking about, as Ugandans, some of our challenges. For example, we don't like confrontation. We don't like conflict. And as you grow, especially in leadership, you must be able to handle conflict and confrontations, right? How is that? Is that integrated as well into all the different things that you're doing?
Oh, yes.
What would your advice be? Because I find that maybe people can grow in maybe some other areas, but they're like a deer in headlights
Yeah.
when it comes to
Yeah.
certain situations.
Yeah. Now, that's a very, very interesting topic that you've brought up. And in all the programs that we run, from Journey to the C-suite, Journey to the boardroom, and the mentorship class, one of the things that we emphasize is self-awareness.
Okay, yes. So,
We take them through a journey of understanding your temperament. And today on camera, I'll share with you my temperament. So the people who are choleric, short form calls, they are go-getters. They're very good when it gets to leadership. They are starters. They push, they make sure things happen. Yeah. And for many organizations, you see that they are cholerics who are leading.
yes, yes,
They
yes.
are taking these organizations by storm. But you realize that the downside of
that.
the cholerics, they're manipulative, they're bossy. In Luganda, we say, beba tutegerera. They think they know it all. You find them commanding, they lack empathy. I mean, you're supposed to be at work at 6 a.m. Yeah? What do you tell me? Your child is sick? No. We don't want to know. Here it's time, it's business. So we have that category of people. Then we have the sanguines. Now these are the happy-go-lucky. Now these people would thrive in PR, in customer service. They are very good people persons. They go all out. They're enjoying life. They go for every party. They're outgoing. They're the
Yes.
people you'll find at the reception. They'll be happy to have you around. They're in marketing. But they have their downside. Sometimes they're very forgetful. They are not very serious at times.
Sometimes follow through is a challenge.
Yes, follow through is a challenge. They tend to lie sometimes.
Well, yeah, let's go there.
Yes, so you find that those are the sanguines, and we call them the sons. Then we have people who are phlegmatic.
Yes.
Now, these people thrive under instruction. They are very good employees. They are loyal. They don't like conflict. Give them a task, they will do it. But they can't take initiative. They won't think out of the box. Yeah.
They're in the comfort zone,
They're in
and
the
that's where they
comfort zone.
thrive.
That's where they thrive. And then we have people that we call the melancholics, the males. They are so organized. When I put something here, I want to find it there. Now they are so used to routine. Those are the people who sit behind computers, like the accountants. They do the same thing over and over again. No wonder jobs like auditing, they require people who are so meticulous, people who are organized. They are so structured. They keep diaries. They're not organized. Now the sanguines, Krista, where are you going? Let's go. Melancholics, no.
Yeah.
They're organized. They'll plan their year. They'll plan their quarter, their month. And if you find them when they have something fixed, they will not follow you, So we have the males, the flex, the coals, and the sons. So you need to first understand, where do you belong?
Yeah.
Now, I would like to say that temperaments are God-given. That's number one.
Yes.
You
So it's
didn't
not a
wake
bad
up. So it's
thing.
not a bad thing. And we have good sides, and we have the areas
The
we need to
downsides to
improve.
all our
To
temperaments.
all the temperaments.
Yes.
So you need to, number one, come from a point of awareness. Where do I belong? Now, every human being has two that are dominant. Yeah. And there are so many tests that you can do to find out if you're not sure. But if someone lives with you long enough and is self-aware, they can tell. Now, like me, I can tell. It's very easy for me to tell. And because I come from a point of awareness, you remember what I told you? The 3-step success formula: better awareness, better choices, better results. So when it gets to awareness, I first understand that, you know what, Crystal is a sanguine. Yeah. So my expectations are probably lowered when it gets to certain things, you know. So I keep calm because I know that this is who she is, this is what she loves, and if you put her in her space, she will thrive.
True.
Okay? So what I need to do is sit down with Crystal and find out the areas of improvement and try to work on those areas because she is good at what she does. Just put her in her space, she will do a great job. Yeah. Now, for me, I am dominantly choleric. Yeah.
Yes.
And I have sanguine properties. I'm a happy-go-lucky if you find me in my good moods, but when it's business time, I'm very serious. Yeah. So coming from a point of awareness and knowing that cholerics do not like to people who correct them because we think we are all knowing, you know. So I'm cautious. Before somebody gives me feedback, I'm asking for it. Crystal, what do you think about this? Do you think our relationship is good? The reporting style is good? Because I am aware.
Yes.
So coming back to what the previous speaker last week, your guest, I feel people are not aware. Still back to the three-step
Because that
success formula.
allows you to handle any
yes,
conflict that comes your way.
yes.
Because you're more aware.
You're more aware.
Yes. On how you yourself will deal with
Yes,
it,
will
but
deal with
also
it.
if you're able to at least be able to recognize certain
Yes,
temperaments,
yes.
you can also better handle them.
Yes. And when I approach, for example, a phlegmatic, phlegmatics are not people you're going to shout at because they are loyal, they do their work, they know they do their work, but they're a bit slow. Yeah. So if somebody has not delivered and you have deadlines, yeah, maybe you need to go and sit in, find out, okay, so can we do this together? You know, other than the approach of, you haven't done this, how can you not have done this in time and things like that? So that's not helpful.
So it makes you a better leader.
Yeah, yeah.
As
So
well.
what is our end goal? Win-win. So anything.
And how do we all win together?
How do we all win together? Because we are working in teams. And I always tell people that the word team in full is together everybody achieves more. So what's the purpose of fighting? There's no need to fight. Number one, we need to be open to constructive feedback.
Yes.
Make the best out of it. But also the way it is delivered. And it all comes back
very
from
important.
a point of awareness. You know, are you aware of your temperament? Are you aware of the person's temperament? Can you give them feedback in a way, you know, they will not take it personal, but yet you've created an atmosphere for improvement, you know? So for me, I believe in knowledge.
Yeah.
Now that I know better, I do better. So when I'm in spaces where I'm given an opportunity to teach people, I will teach them. Some of the boards and committees where I serve, when we get into office, the first thing we talk about is temperaments. Because all of us are coming from different walks of life and we have to come together and make this team.
And it can actually affect
everybody.
every aspect of your life.
So we've worked well together. Yeah, because everybody comes from that point of, oh, Janet will share this not in a way to offend me, but to help me, you know, because we all understand and we have one goal. We are all aiming at one thing. So if we can focus on the goal and then we can work together to achieve that goal. We didn't come, our goal is not to fight.
Yeah.
Our goal is not to, you know, blackmail each other. No, there's no good in that. Okay. So it's been an easier journey for me. But I've mentioned it's because of awareness.
True.
Awareness.
So once you're self-aware, you're able to handle
Yeah.
different experiences, different
Yes.
situations,
Yes.
better.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
I know I can't keep you too long.
Yeah.
One of the things we touched on briefly is because a lot of people know you for the mentorship class and Journey to the Boardroom and now Journey to the C-Suite.
C-suite.
But you've taken me back to 19
Yeah.
with where you started your journey as a
Yeah.
businesswoman.
Yeah.
There's so many sides to
Yeah.
you, so many aspects.
Yes.
I think you mentioned you hold like 10 different business cards.
Yes. So
Just really
people know
liking
me.
it. Tell me a bit more about that. I want to know
So,
more about Janet.
so I wear different hats.
Yes.
I wear different hats. So first of all, I'm a wife. I'm a mother, 13-year-old daughter who is very vibrant. She plays basketball. She plays a lot of sport. She's very good with leadership. She wants to become an architect. So
Oh.
we've started on the journey.
Ooh.
Last year, she had an opportunity to attend about a 4 month program, and she was studying with interns, you know. So yes, times are changing. So she's also had an opportunity to visit the NASA Space Center as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she's very well exposed because just like I've mentioned, if you know better, you do better.
You do better.
Even for your children,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
Gone are the days when children would leave school, come back home, wash dishes, do homework, sleep, and so our children need to be exposed.
Yeah.
And yes, all these things, but you have to find a way of creating that balance as a parent, because you want the best for your child, but also you need to be cognizant of the fact that she's young.
Yeah.
You know,
And she
So
still
you-
needs structure. She still
Yes,
needs
yes,
guidance.
yes.
Yes.
So I'm a full-time mom. I'm a full-time mom. Then I represent a few companies on boards, and majorly my role there is product development and customer, trying to to get business. Yeah, because I'm very good at strategy. I'm very good at that. So I support the teams in that area, business development. For some of these boards, I serve on committees of the human resource. So we do a lot of interviews, and that's how I know the gaps. The gaps, yeah. So I conduct a lot of interviews as well. And I've also been honored to be a judge for the top 40 under 40, 20. Oh, I appeared in the top 40 under 40 New Vision in 2017. So I was called back as a judge to 18 to 19. So I supported them on that. And with the Total Startup Challenge, do you remember?
Yes.
A few years ago, yes, I was a judge as well. So with all that kind of experience, I can identify gaps. So when I'm running these programs, still
It feeds
awareness
into them.
feeds into them.
Okay.
So I realize that this is where people have gaps. So I would love to support them. Then on the other hand, I do a lot of trainings for corporate organizations. I love to teach, and I'm all round. So
As you're saying this to me, does it sound like you're doing a lot?
yes,
Because I think to some of us, it's like, wow.
yes, I love to teach. So I'm invited
A
almost
lot.
every week.
To
I had a training yesterday to speak, to teach, but I believe that the mode of delivery should be a little bit different because times have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, times have changed. That's why I was very excited when I came back from the UK, because the way we were learning was so
Was completely different.
It was completely different. It was experiential. It was, you could use the lessons in real time. You're not just cramming to, we used to read, pass, and forget.
Yes,
and we were
it
happy.
was theoretical most of the time.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, and I love the new curriculum because it triggers people's minds to start thinking critically. Yeah, so I do a lot of teaching. Then I'm still running business. I've expanded to different countries on the African continent. So you'll find me in different
In
countries.
different spaces. Because
So-
you might come across and you're like,
But
what?
I've seen her. I've seen her here. I've
Yeah.
seen her there. So many people say that you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't think that's true. If you are an excellent spirit, I always tell people that excellence is a prevailing attitude. You know, if you're excellent at home, if you're excellent in your workspace, you can be excellent in your business. What makes you feel like,
If you
or what
strive
makes,
for excellence.
yeah, if you
yes.
strive for excellence. So I don't believe that you can, if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. No, no, no. You can be a master
That's a
of,
nice reminder, yeah.
you can be a master of all.
Of all.
Yes, I'm a living testimony to that. And because of excellence, I've decided as an individual that everything that I do, I should present an excellent spirit. Yeah, I'm not yet there, but I'm work in progress. I want to show up every single day with excellence. I always tell people that your work is your signature. You do not know in which boardroom which people are going to speak for you when you're voiceless.
Actually, I think we're talking about that
Yeah.
more and more now. And
Yeah.
I think it is a guiding principle.
Oh, yes.
When you are not there,
Yeah.
what will other people say
Say about you. Yeah. And I've got very many opportunities because of that. So we need to be very, very
And not because you
intentional.
smile and you're
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
but based
Yeah.
on your work and
Your
what your
work.
value is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even when I'm preparing slides for my presentations, my name is there, my signature.
Yes.
You do not know where those slides are going to end up. So you have to rethink the format, you have to rethink every single thing that you put there. So excellence should be a prevailing attitude. There is no room for mediocre. Everything that you do must turn into gold. Why not? Why not? So I don't believe that being a jack of all trades, you will master none.
None,
You
yeah.
can actually master
All of them.
How is it that
Why not?
many people are doing many different things? You've had people who have groups of companies. They're running hotels, they're running banks, they're running all these things. You know, are they special? Do they have green blood? No. They are normal people like us.
Yeah.
So if they can do it, we can do it too.
Thank
We
you for
can
that
do it too.
beautiful reminder.
Yeah.
And I have to say thank you for
Oh.
joining me. This was so lovely.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy. I'm very excited that I could share my humble story.
I
And
want
should,
to. Yes.
it should be a reminder to everybody that it is possible.
Okay.
I'm not special. It's just that I'm intentional. I'm intentional when it gets to the people that I meet. I'm intentional when it gets to the books that I read. I'm intentional with the places that I hang out, the people I spend my time with. I'm very, very intentional.
Okay.
And like I mentioned earlier, you need to be aware of yourself. Find what is it that you are good at. Go and give it 1,000%. Yeah.
Huge takeaway.
Let the
Self-awareness
world-
is where you
Yes.
begin
Yeah.
on your journey of development,
Yes.
self-development.
Yeah.
I don't want to let you go without just asking how people can get more information about the mentorship class, Journey to the Boardroom, and Journey to the C-Suite.
Okay, so interestingly, we have websites. Yeah, so you can go and check us out. We are very big when it gets to social media, presence. Because if you've done great things, Crystal, there's no reason why you should hide your success under the bed. Let the world know. Why? Why do we do that? And why are we very, very emphatic on that?
Yeah.
The people who are in these spaces may not be as good, but because they're very good at making noise. Because for us, we think, oh my God, I don't want people to know as long as I'm good at what I do. No, the world should know. The world should know. So we are very present on social media, especially LinkedIn. We have chosen that as our platform because we want to show the world that we are excellent Yeah, we are professional because that's where we want to be. And if you've noticed, it's a pipeline. You can start with a mentorship class, then work on your career, journey to the C-suite, eventually journey to the boardroom. So I believe that in the next 10 years, 15, 20 years, we have a promising Uganda. I'm so excited about the future of this country because of what we are doing today. Now, Janet is not a politician, but I know in my space, in my world, I can make a difference. I can nurture and groom. I can be part of a movement that is going to, take Uganda to another level. I don't need to make noise, and do all those kinds of things because that's not my space, self-awareness. But everything, opportunities that I have, the people that I know,
your own story,
my own story, I can nurture and groom. Yeah, I can be part of this movement for a better Uganda. So for the mentorship class, it's the mentorship class.
Yeah.
Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram. For Journey to the Boardroom, we are majorly on LinkedIn. And Journey to the C-Suite, we are also on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. But we push LinkedIn because of the nature of work that we do.
Yes.
But most importantly, for anybody to join any of those 3 programs, they must demonstrate that they are fit or they want to be those individuals, So we have an application process, selection and vetting, and then you get into the class and you start on your journey. And that word journey is very important because it's a journey.
It is.
It's a journey. And wherever you are on that journey, you can become the best version of yourself.
Yes. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for coming to Opain today.
You're welcome.
And for joining me on the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.